This morning, the presidential candidates need Nevada's 6 votes to win. The Silver State in the spotlight, where Joe Biden is leading by only a couple thousand votes.
But with hundreds of thousands of ballots yet to be counted across the country, anything could happen. This morning, Alicia Patillo is live with more on when we can expect additional results to roll in.
But it could be a while before we know for sure, as President Trump's campaign calls for recounts and files new lawsuits against 3 battleground states. Plus,
Americans are getting restless, waiting for the final call. Protests around the country and here in the Valley breaking out overnight outside election centers.
Good morning, Las Vegas. Thanks for joining us live on TV, Fire TV, wherever you're streaming us. I'm Dave Courvoisier.
And I'm Kalina Estrinos, and we mentioned this before, but all eyes are on us here in Nevada. Such an exciting day, and it's been an exciting couple of days.
You know, all those campaign managers leading up to the election day knew that Nevada was going to be, you know, a swing state, and here we are.
Waiting for it. And we're going to get you covered on everything election 2020 and also our forecast. So Justin Bruce joining us live right now. Beautiful picture behind you, dark and early as usual. What can we expect today?
Yeah, another hour. We'll get some daylight to shed on the situation. It is a cool start to our Thursday, right at 60 degrees at McCarran. Our 13-hour temperature forecast jumps into the 70s from 9 to 10 a.m. And just like the last couple of days, we're looking at 80s this afternoon. If we get to 84 in Las Vegas, that's what I think is going to happen. That'll tie the record high for the date. Big cool down still on track this weekend, so we'll talk about that next. But let's check in with Marissa about the traffic.
Justin, thank you. Live now at Lamb and the Northern Beltway. Cars are being detoured off the 15 South this morning. Crews are continuing their work on the new flyover bridge. So cars are getting off on the Northern Beltway and U-turning here at Lamb. This will be going on for another couple hours, but heads up, exact same closure happening again overnight tonight. Quick crash to tell you about. This crash being reported at Charleston and Lamb. We are hearing reports that somebody may have been hit by a car. Here's the thing, a lot of construction at that intersection. I've been telling you about this for weeks. Please look out for any construction vehicles or crews on scene. You will be experiencing lane restrictions and lane closures in that area. So just keep your eye out for all those crews on scene.
All right, thanks, Marissa. Here's a look again at that all-important electoral college map. According to the Associated Press, either candidate would need Nevada's 6 points to win, meaning the Silver State is shining in the national spotlight as our votes for president continue to be counted. Today, more results will be released by the state.
And we have 13 Action News reporter Alicia Patillo live right now to explain when we could see those numbers. Alicia?
Good morning, Dave and Kalina. Well, it's the question on many minds this morning, and rightfully so. And the state officials say it's going to take time. Now, we are expecting an update at 9 a.m. from the Secretary of State's office. But until then, here's what we know about the ballot counting process in Clark County.
What we have left now is to process provisional ballots, electronic ballots that were sent to overseas voters, electronic ballots that were processed for disabled voters, and also some special ballots for new residents.
Clark County Registrar of Voters Joe Gloria will address the public again today at 10 a.m. During a press conference yesterday, he said he can expect an update from him every day at that time until all the votes have been counted. The state election department says all in-person early votes have been counted, all in-person election day votes have been counted, and all mail-in ballots that came in by November 2nd have been counted. Now, Gloria says if he has a full staff, 70,000 votes can be counted a day. Gloria has not given a clear estimate of just how many ballots still need to be counted, but he did guarantee we will have the final election results from Clark County no later than November 12th, next Thursday. Back out here live, just keep in mind counting votes after Election Day is completely within the law. We are expecting to be briefed in a press conference later this morning at 10 a.m. by Clark County Registrar Joe Gloria again. And coming up, I spoke with Attorney General Ford, who explains why this process may be taking just a little bit longer than expected. Alicia Patillo, 13 Action News.
All right, thanks, Alicia. The entire state of Nevada could become the deciding factor in this presidential election. Supporters of the president who are upset over the ballot counting process held gatherings in several states. Last night, many were outside the Clark County Election Center waving flags and giving speeches, and a counter-protest was held nearby. People there had signs that read, "Count every vote." A similar scene in Arizona as a group of Trump supporters demanded they be let inside the Maricopa County Recorder's office where votes were being counted. The Trump campaign believes Arizona could still flip red. Although the Associated Press projected Joe Biden as the winner there, the AP says they made their decision because they believe there are not enough ballots left to count that would let votes for President Trump catch up.
Well, President Trump meeting with aides inside the White House as the results come in. The campaign filed lawsuits in Michigan and Georgia. They're also demanding a recount in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania over ballot deadlines. Now, the White House press secretary said their fight will go to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Let me start there by saying we're going to win outright. But should those 3 extra days of ballots matter, we believe will prevail at the Supreme Court.
Now, President Trump was active on Twitter yesterday, but he has yet to make any speeches since election night. Coming up at 6 a.m., 13 Action News reporter Kelsey McFarland will have more on the legal battles that could decide this election. But just like the race to the White House, several local races are also still really close, too close to call.
That's why we have elections. Only 1 percentage point separates Democratic incumbent Susie Lee and Republican challenger Dan Rodimer for House District 3. That's with 85% of those precincts reporting.
State Senate Majority Leader Democrat Nicole Canizaro could lose her seat to Republican April Becker. This race so close as well, with less than 600 votes separating the candidates.
And a tight race for District C on the Clark County Commission. Republican Stavros Anthony currently holds a slim lead over Democrat Ross Miller, 51 to 49%. We should know more about these races in just a few hours from now. Election coverage will continue throughout this newscast and throughout the day. For more information, how to find out if your ballot's been counted yet, it's all on our website, ktnv.com. Then click on the Election 2020 button at the top of the page. This morning, we're learning more about the deadly shooting in Henderson.
Henderson Police Department has yet to officially identify the 4 people killed Tuesday, but 13 Action News reporter Austin Carter spoke with loved ones as a 16-year-old continues to fight for her life.
You don't really ever think that something that violent and tragic is going to touch like our community.
A smiling and a seemingly happy family now torn apart. In this Facebook post, a Salt Lake City Catholic school is identifying Diana Huatme and her son Joseph as 2 of the people killed in a shooting at this Henderson apartment complex. Diana was a substitute teacher at the same middle school where John was a student. The post goes on to say that Diana's daughter, Yasmin, is in critical condition after the shooting. On Tuesday, officers found 2 women and a teenage girl who had been shot inside the Douglas at Stone Lake Apartments near Stephanie and Wigwam. Police say both a 39-year-old woman and a 33-year-old woman were found dead, and a 16-year-old girl was found injured. The alleged shooter, police say, lived above the apartment where the family was staying. He's been identified as 38-year-old Jason Neo Bourne. Police say he locked himself inside a vehicle and held a 12-year-old boy hostage. Police say when they tried to talk with Bourne, he held his gun to the boy's head. That's when officers fired. Both Bourne and the young boy died. It's unclear how the boy died, but investigators say they believe Bourne fired multiple rounds inside the vehicle. No officers were injured. We're told the family was a pillar in Salt Lake City's Catholic community. That same community coming together.
I would never want this to happen to anyone. This is awful.
We'll miss her more than words could ever express.
Now, the church's Facebook post also said that Mr. Huatme, along with the family's oldest son, were not involved in any of this. We're still in contact with Henderson police, still waiting to learn more information about exactly what led up to all of this. We expect those answers to come out here shortly. I'm Austin Carter reporting in Henderson for 13 Action News.
Such a sad story. 5:08 now. Today, Nevada's COVID-19 task force will hold its weekly meeting.
Yeah, we're expecting to learn more about the state's response to the virus, including possible school reopening plans from the Department of Education. Someone with the Gaming Control Board also scheduled to speak. That meeting gets started at 10 a.m.
CCSD wants you to weigh in on its hybrid learning plan. Last month, the Board of Trustees said it would hold a final vote on the plan November 12th, which is next week. And now they want parents to weigh in. You have until Monday to fill out a questionnaire. The district plans to use the information they receive from that to guide their transition to hybrid learning. Now, it's still unclear when the hybrid plan would be implemented in classes. We do have a link to the questionnaire. If you're interested, head over to ktnv.com.
The U.S. has set a new record for daily confirmed cases of the coronavirus. More than 100,000 new cases reported yesterday. Here in Nevada, more than 1,000 new cases reported yesterday. The rate of people testing positive in the last 7 days continues to climb. Nearly 700 people are in hospitals statewide.
And if you believe you may have the virus, you can go ahead and get tested at Silverado High School for free. The site will be open today and tomorrow from 8 a.m. until noon or while test supplies last. The test will be done at the school's gym. Appointments are not necessary. Well, good morning, Las Vegas. Time now, 5:10. The Henderson Silver Knights practice facility, Lifeguard Arena, opens up next week. Coming up, we'll tell you when the ice will officially be open to the public.
And need a job? We've got you covered. The places around the valley hiring now.
Well, if you like the warmth, we've got 80s for 2 more days, but this weekend a huge cool down, 61 Saturday, 55 on Sunday. Chance of rain still in the forecast. We'll talk all about the dramatic weather that's expected the next few days.